you got Group A, B, and you see the Timberwolves right there in Group C alongside the Sacramento Kings, the Golden State Warriors, OKC, and tonight's opponent, the San Antonio Spurs. Starting lineups: Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Rudy Gobert. The big man. As for San Antonio, Jeremy Sochan, Devin Vassell back in the starting lineup. Keldon Johnson, Victor Wembanyama, and Zach Collins. Devin Vassell inside to Zach Collins. Watched by Gobert. Collins, a little short hook, goes down.
Just executed duck-in post-up opportunities for Rudy that we've seen, and Collins knocks down the triple.
26% three-point shooter this season. 5-2 San Antonio.
San Antonio's not been a good three-point shooting team, and Wembanyama and Collins have not shot it well. Karl just mishandled that ball. Jeremy Sochan gets an easy dunk in transition. Score last ball game until the third quarter against the Knicks. He did not have a good shooting night. Good backdoor cut by Ant that time. Karl trying to thread the needle.
Sochan can't hit. Towns the rebound. Quickly ahead to Conley. Conley, that floater, got the bounce.
It's kind of an experimental situation. Mike Conley's really wasn't going to be matched up with him, but he was that possession. Sochan just backs him down and drops him off in the paint.
Second season out of Baylor. He's been leading the starters in assists so far this season.
It's a tough matchup for Mike. This is a big San Antonio lineup.
And Gobert over there to help, and he knocked it out of bounds. Spurs trying to snap a three-game losing streak. The last game was against the Knicks on the road, and they've given up a lot of points this season. Here's Towns driving, swatted out of there by Wembanyama. And a traveling violation as the Spurs give it right back. But you saw the reach of Wemby.
Zach Collins did a great job of standing Towns up as he tried to drive to the basket. Have that situational awareness to be able to find perimeter jump shooters when he's driving the basketball and they're collapsing.
Edwards knocks that down. It's hard to practice, though, Jim, for a guy like Wembanyama with that wingspan. And another turnover. You mentioned that experiment with Jeremy Sochan. A couple struggles in the last two positions.
Yeah. I mean, Pop is willing to go for it. The net rating when Jeremy Sochan's playing the point versus when Tre Jones is out there. Tre Jones is, he's not going with him. Pop is not playing with Tre Jones as the point guard right now. When he comes off the bench, he does a great job. It's much more efficient offensively for them when Tre's on the floor.
A couple of field goals for the Spurs after the Timberwolves rattled off 7 straight. The officials did not see that collision between Gobert and Zach Collins. Vassell the miss. Sochan the follow throwdown. And Chris Finch wants timeout. Second chance point.
I'm talking to Greg Steensma, who is a former Timberwolves player, is a coach here now in San Antonio. He thinks he's more like 7'5" than he is 7'4".
Wild. Jetty Osman off the bench for Greg Popovich. Can't hit. Towns, the strong rebound.
Goodness.
Finally gets it out of there. That's letting him play. McDaniels takes his time. 3 ball. No good.
Score early in the clock. They are not a good offensive team in the half court. Their offensive rating, when it gets deep in the shot clock, it's just not as good as it is in transition.
Vassell over to Sochan, and the trees blocked out of there. First in-season tournament game for both teams, Group C. The other teams in this group, the Thunder, the Warriors, and the Kings. McDaniels, breakaway opportunity after the steal, and the finger roll.
All these other ways that he can score Get into the passing lane, beat the defender down the floor, get the easy lane, and get paid, young man.
Sochan off his shoe, out of bounds. And Sochan, again, this experiment as far as playing point guard.
How do you think it's going for him?
21 points on the night. Johnson, little euro. It bounces out, but is tipped in. And Chris Finch calls timeout. And they've done a solid job for the most part of this period in keeping San Antonio off the offensive glass.
Exactly right. Jeremy Sochan grabbed his jersey on the way up. He wanted that call.
Wolves back in the zone. Sochan's going to take the jumper and hit.
Another good Baylor player.
4 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. Keldon Johnson back in the game for San Antonio. Here's Jeremy Sochan. Penetrated. He traveled. Dragged that pivot. 10th turnover for San Antonio.
Kyle's just so good at angling off. Players that are putting the ball on the deck trying to get to a penetration just is so good at staying in front of them, playing the angles.
When they need to hit a bucket to calm their team down. Deflection by Gobert. Gobert in the open court behind the back. And it's blocked by Wembanyama.
He grabbed his arm too.
Vassell for three. Swish. Defense to offense for San Antonio. Now the Wolves settle into their half-court defense. Sochan. Edwards defending. Trey Jones for three. Good. Missed opportunities there for the Wolves. Inside. Sochan fouled hard by Mike Conley. It'll be free throws for Jeremy Sochan, who's a 69% free throw shooter, as we check in with our Marnie Gilman. And Sochan, 1 for 2, does not use the offhand on the free throw.
Does not use the guide hand. Gets good rotation on the shot.
Edwards on the logo. In-season tournament drama in San Antonio.
Trust your teammates.
Edwards can't hit. McDaniels off the window.
He got in there to rebound the basketball. He needs to do more of that.
Sochan. And that's an offensive foul.
Jeremy Sochan's going to get fouled as Wembanyama was coming for the handoff. If you're handling the basketball like that, you can't turn your body into a defender. Karl trying to chase Wembanyama. Sochan turns his body to knock Karl off. So watch this. Karl's in pursuit. You can't do that.
Well, Chris Finch said before the game that he had a conversation with his guys yesterday as Sochan knocks down the three. 111-104. Wolves off to their best start in a decade, and they improve to 6-2 on the season and get their first in-season tournament victory.